Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, and we are making a few updates here at Old Barn. As you can see in the back of the mule, we got some lumber, and we're just starting to get some stuff mocked up for our new button system. That is it's the long-range target tag system that takes a card. As you can see, we don't have it wired up or anything yet, but you stick your card in there, and it keeps track of everything that's been thrown, whether you have a count up or a countdown card. But we are building these stands or posts, whatever you want to call it, right here. It's pretty simple, just making some spacers and screwing it in there. Then the box here gets screwed on through the target tag system. You can see there's a hole up in there. And so that's what we're doing today, going around to, we're gonna do 10 stations on the front and the 10 on the back. There's currently 12 stations on the front, but we're gonna cut that down to 10 just to make things easier for logistics and stuff like that. But these are just gonna, the cords are just gonna hang here. We're waiting for new batteries to come in. Should be here maybe tomorrow or the next day. We're getting all new batteries for the traps, and then those batteries are what we're gonna use to power these. So these cannot be powered till we get new batteries for that. Like I said, hopefully that will be in within a couple days. If we get it going by this weekend, that'd be nice, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So we'll get these all finished up hopefully this afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 2:30. Don't know if we'll get all done, but we should get pretty close. And then we have some wiring to do to some new battery chargers that we got for the new batteries. And then also, I think we can do a little bit of wiring for this inside. You guys will see this later in a different video, but we're gonna have the batteries down here, and then we have to mount an antenna up here, and then the buttons all plug in there to the bottom. So we've done station 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the front. So let's go to 5. No, we've done 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the front. So let's go to the high lines to 6, and we'll show you kind of what we're doing out there. Okay, here we are at station 6 on the front. This specific stand and a few others that are kind of either over the ponds or over a drop off or built a little bit differently. I'll show you on the next one. We've been going on the back side here, like you saw on the first station. But on the ones with the 4x4s, we're gonna go here on the front like this. So I'll loosen these 2 screws up here and move that over. That way we don't have to put our spacers in, since that's not that big of a deal. But show you how we put this on here. Right there. Should be. Yeah, looks like it.
I would just keep the nicer of whichever stand is a better taste.
Okay. You can see these ones with the 4x4s are pretty simple. Just screw it right to it. So we're gonna go up here. You probably won't be able to see much. We're gonna skip number 7 because that's one of the ones that we're gonna take out and go onto 8, and also skip number 9 because that's also another one we're gonna take out. But we're not necessarily gonna leave these target presentations exactly how they are. We're wanting to move some stuff around anyway, so that'll work out, but we're just gonna leave them for now till we get all this mounted up and then move stuff later. Well, we're down here in the bottom now. Just about done. Just got finished up with station 6 here. Just gotta do 7, 8, 9, and 10. As you can see, this is just what we're doing. I think I showed you guys earlier, but just a simple block and spacer. So most of the snow is finally melting today. It was like 50 some degrees today, I think. So it feels really nice. About don't even need this vest on, but we'll get this finished up this evening, and then probably take a look at some of those connectors, I would imagine, but I don't think we'll get to any of those today, but we'll probably get started on them tomorrow. So probably see you guys tomorrow. Good afternoon. It is the next day, and we are in the clubhouse, or I'm in the clubhouse. Jonathan and Luke are hauling some grain right now. I'm doing a little bit of wiring on some stuff. This is one of 3 new battery chargers that we've got. We're going to be able to charge up to 12 batteries at a time if need be. Currently, they're charging like 16 or 17. But the current batteries for the traps are not, the health of the battery is not very good, so they don't last very long. And we've never really, in the 3 months that we've owned it so far, or 4 months, however long it's been, we haven't put out more than like 6 batteries in a day. And the only reason that happened is because it was a really cold spell. And then we had a warm spell, so we had quite a bit of shooters. So the cold is obviously really hard on the batteries. But I think it will be good with up to 12 extra batteries. Should be no problem. So what I have to do on these is cut these eyelets off, and then we're going to put on these Anderson connectors, which will be really handy. So we'll put these on all the chargers and all the traps, as well as the new batteries that we have coming in. And these have already been wired up to put on the batteries. So as you can see, the little eyelets go on the studs. We'll tighten that down with either a wing nut or a lock nut, and then this will be coming off the battery and it'll plug right in to the charger. When we need to charge it, unplug it, take it out to the trap, plug it into the trap. That should hopefully, 1, it's going to be faster than what the way it's set up now, and 2, that should cut down on a lot of bad connections and stuff like that, and make things really simplified, because we're trying to cut down on as much, I shouldn't say extra wiring, which there is some extra wiring, but we're just trying to make it all nice and wrapped up well, because right now it's kind of a bird nest of things. But I have to crimp, once I cut those eyelets off, crimp these fittings on there with this special tool. Thanks to Simon Hurley from NCS Trap for sending this tool with the stuff that we bought. This is actually his tool. We're going to send it back. But he's the one who did all these already for us. We told him what we were getting, so he went ahead and made those up. So that saved us a lot of time. Hopefully, I don't think the batteries are going to be here today. Hopefully tomorrow. Apparently the company has some problems with a shipper, which once we get those in, we'll be able to get all this going. So if they don't ship out tomorrow, they're only about an hour north of us. We may just go pick them up ourselves with a pickup and trailer. So I'm going to get going on this, and then after that, I might do a couple more of these. Maybe these are the new receivers for the transmitters we were putting out yesterday. We're putting all Hirschman plugs on them, so the males go on this end. And then we're going to have to go out to the traps and put Hirschman plugs, female Hirschman plugs on those traps as well. But we can't do that now, because once we put that on, that trap has to be run by that receiver, and we need our batteries to do that. So, like I said, we're kind of at a standstill with the batteries. So as soon as they come in, we should be able to go down the line and get everything ready to go. Maybe we can get all this stuff wired up today, and then spend another day wiring the traps with the new batteries. The batteries probably will have to charge. So 3 more days we might be set up. I don't know. That's probably hopeful thinking, but we'll see. So let's get going on this charger here. It is kind of a shame we do have to cut these nice eyelets out or off, because they're on there. It's very well made. These no-code chargers are very high-quality chargers. They came highly recommended, and we also have a few on the farm that we use, and they work quite well. I've got one in a couple of my cars as well, but this is how we got to do it, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. So get those cut off, get these stripped down. See how much we need to strip off. Might need to do a little more. Get one of these here and see. Yeah, be good. See if I can do this without messing anything up here. Let's do this one first. Try to get it lined up about right. That way there's not much twisting. I'm gonna go to plug these in. I'm going to adjust my crimping tool because that did not crimp it down tight enough. Okay, so I did a little looking around on my crimping tool here. That's actually the smallest that will go. So what I'm having to do is these wires that came with all the connectors are 10 gauge, and these on this charger are 12 gauge. So what I'm doing is actually stripping back extra or double what I need to, folding the wire over, and then this fits on there actually quite nicely. So I think that will work just fine. Make sure we're kind of lined up a little bit. There we go. They can see I'm pulling on that pretty good, and it's definitely not coming out of there. So I'll get this other side done, and then we'll get it shoved into the blank end here. You can see, got them both on there now, and these snap in here quite snugly. I don't know if you can see those like almost spades in there. That is a spring that springs up and catches that little lip there. What I've been doing is getting them lined up here. Let's see. I want to make sure we go on the right side. It would not be all that good. You can pull them out of here. It's just a little tricky. Take my flathead screwdriver and just push in on the back of it. It clicks in quite nicely. Make sure we get this all straightened out here. Click. So you can see in there. Take your side that's going to go on the battery, push together, and there we go. So that'll make life a lot easier. This, like I said earlier, will be on the battery side, and then we're going to have one of these on the trap side. So I've already done the other charger, and I got 3 more to do. We got 4 bank chargers, so I got 3 more to do, and then we'll be done with these, and then hopefully maybe go test these things out to make sure this should be wired right, because the diagram, that's what the diagram says. But as far as the wires coming off of the trap, those should be correct as well, but we're just going to double check those to make sure before we go through and do everything and then have to change it. Okay, it is now day 3 of this video. I was expecting this to end this one yesterday, but I get a little sidetracked. But we'll get to that here in a minute. But so it is February 12th, Thursday, and I know I was wanted to show you guys a little bit more in depth about wiring up these receivers. As you can see, we got all sorts of stuff everywhere. Unfortunately, the ones that we need to start with, or we're at the bottom, so I have to take all those out and put them in here. So our poor office has kind of turned into a war zone here. So as you can see, there's 4 wires here. The black and white go together, and the green and the red go opposite of each other. The black and white go on the bottom, red goes on the right, green goes on the left, and it's very, very tedious because those are very small flathead screws in there, and I have to use a very small screwdriver, and I really wish sometimes I had a third hand. It would be pretty handy. But I'll go outside and show you guys what came in yesterday. So this was a distraction that came in yesterday. There was more on there, but it was a whole pallet of brand new interstate batteries for all the traps. See, we got 4 charging there. Come over here, got 8 charging over here. And then we've got 2 out there on traps already doing a little testing. So those came in, and we wanted to get them charging as soon as possible. They're actually, all of them that we hooked up to chargers have been 100% charged, which is good. So, but we went ahead and left them on there last night, and we can start taking these out on the course today. Just wanted to make sure that they were topped off for sure. But those came in, so we started putting all these Andersons on here, the pre-wired up ones, and this is the part that was wired up that I was wiring up yesterday, going to the chargers. So those are working well. Like I said, I'm gonna start taking these out on the course today at some point. I do have a few other things I'm gonna mess around with, but that's exciting. I'm probably gonna put the rest of the Andersons on as I go, I would imagine, just because they're still wrapped up pretty tightly with thick cardboard between them all. So we're definitely looking forward to that. We're gonna get this shed all set up for these new charging stations. We have a lot of work to do in here. As you can see, it is not as organized as we would like it. We're actually got some plans for in here. This wall is on the other side as an addition. I'll show you in here. You can't hardly see anything, but this is where we keep all of our targets. Let me get a light. As you can see, there's we got 15 pallets left, I think. Maybe 12, not for sure. So we have quite a few targets left in there, but what we're gonna do is take out this wall, leave the post and the gable, obviously, but take out all these corner end bracings since it's got the other end, and then take out those shelves up there, clean off that workbench, probably honestly take it out, and then organize everything over here from about there over. Get this all organized nicely, get rid of a lot of old stuff that doesn't get used out here on this course anymore, and this shed will be in very good shape to use it what we need it for. But I think that's going to be all for today's video, or this video I should say, and I'm going to keep punching some stuff out. What we're be filming next is probably going to be mounting all the actual receivers and wiring the traps and stuff, so that'll be interesting but tedious. That'll probably take a few days. I won't film all that, but I'll kind of give you guys a rundown. But I do appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys check in for the next one.